So you keep hearing money mastery, and how do you really master your money? Like, how do you really know how to master your money? Today, I want to be discussing about money mastery, the three core principles for you to master your money. A lot of us, what do you understand by mastery? Mastery means that you've come to the understanding of something that you can do it with you closing your eyes. Just as an adult, like an adult, if you want to lace your shoes, you can literally lace your shoes with you talking with another adult. You don't need to look at the shoes when you're lacing it. That is mastery. So it's not just you knowing something, it's because you've come to an understanding of that thing that you can literally close your eyes and do it without you making any mistake. And that is one of the principles I want us to take ahead into 2025, you mastering your money. So today I'm going to be giving you three core principles in which you can use to master your money, right? And the principle number one will be make money. Now, a lot of us, we keep hearing make money, go to school or start a business and make money. But the truth is, are we actually making money? Are you making enough with the skill you currently have? Right? So you need to master the art of making money. And how do you master the art of making money? You empower yourselves with skills that can put you ahead in the marketplace. When I say empower yourselves with skills that can put you ahead in the marketplace, what do I mean? A lot of us have skills that we currently do not use. Maybe you currently use it for just your employers and they pay you salary or wage based on the skills you're using for just your employer. But you can actually monetize that skills. You can monetize that skills to bring you more money apart from the money you get from your employment or from your business. So that is why I said get skills that can place you ahead in the marketplace. If it means you getting new skills in this year, get new skills that can place you ahead in the marketplace. If you feel the money you're currently earning is not even enough to take you home, right? So what next? What will you do next? The next thing is for you to audit your skills. What skills do I currently have? What skills can I upgrade? What skills is in the market? What skills is in demand in the marketplace that I can look into, and so that I can be able to make more money? Another way in which you can make money is you can keep learning. Like, the skills we have last year might not be the same, as in there might be an upgrade in the market today. So you have to put yourself to keep learning new things. Even with the skills you currently have, what are the new things that are in the market now that can give you an edge over your competitor, that can give you an edge over your other employee, that can give you an increase in the marketplace? So you need to learn that, and you need to know how to diversify and increase your income source, right? So I say that one income source cannot take you home, especially if you're an employee. It cannot. If you want to be financially free, one income source cannot take you home. You need to be able to diversify your income. And diversification are in a lot of ways. Like, you can monetize your skills by teaching your skills to other people. You might be surprised that a lot of people are in the marketplace that are looking for people to teach them your skills. And you might say, oh, I don't even have a skill that I can teach, or I don't have a skill I can teach to other people. YouTube is the best place for you to learn. Like, it's so free for you to learn on YouTube. If you type whatever you want to learn on YouTube, you will be shocked at the amount of videos you're going to see, and you learn all those skills and you're able to monetize it. You're even able to go to your employer to say, okay, I want to negotiate my pay. When you want to negotiate your pay, you're not just telling your employer, okay, this is what I want to do, as in I want to negotiate my pay so you can give me extra $10,000 or extra $20,000, right? But you're telling them with an evidence to say, okay, with these skills, I can bring you more $20,000 every month. I can bring you more $50,000 every month, and I want you to increase my income. So by the time you do that, you know that, okay, more money is coming to you. So you need to master the art of making money. If you do not master the art of making money, that is the basic principle of money, because if you do not make money, definitely you won't have money, right? So how can you do personal reflection on how to make money? Number one, like I said, what is my current income? Is it the maximum I can get with the skills I currently have? So if you ask that with these skills I currently have, do I think this is the maximum I can get in the marketplace? If you feel this is not the maximum you can get in the marketplace, then the next thing you need to do is to upgrade and look for someone that will pay you better. You can also say, are there certifications you can do so that you can upgrade yourself? What other ways can I monetize my skills? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself when you're thinking of how to master the act of making money. Then what do I do at ease that comes difficult to other people? Like every one of us, we have a unique gift. God has given us that unique gift. There are certain things that are so easy for you that might be very difficult for me. So you need to look for those things, and that is how you monetize your skills. So say, okay, some people are willing to pay for what it comes easy for me, and some people find it so difficult and they want to pay. So that way you're able to monetize your skills. And what do I enjoy to do that can bring value to other people? That's another way for you to monetize your skills. Because if you find something that you enjoy to do and that can bring value to other people, people will pay you for the value you give to them. Like if you're bringing value to people, definitely people would give you money in exchange for the value you give to them. And you can also say, what side also can I explore, right? So another principle, I've talked about principle number one, which is principle number one is for you to make money. Now, principle number two is for you to manage and protect your money. Now, we've learned the act of making money. It's not just enough for you to make money. If you do not protect your money or you do not manage your money very well, definitely the money will develop wings and fly away. So how do you manage and protect your money? Number one, you need to conduct an honest review of your financial position. What is my current financial position today? Conduct an honest review to say, okay, this is my debt, this is my income, this is my expense, this is where all my money are coming from. Conduct an honest review. Number two, write down your goals. So what are your financial goals for the next 1 month? What are the financial goals for the next 2 months? What are your financial goals for this year? Write them down. Then number three, you create a budget and you stick to it. So I keep saying budgets, it's not you denying yourself, it's you giving yourself permission to spend. And how do you give yourself permission to spend? When you know your budget, like you know your expense, your monthly expense, your weekly expense, you know your monthly income, your weekly income. That way you're able to tell yourself, okay, I have this amount left as surplus that I could spend. Is you giving yourself permission without you having to think that, okay, do I really need to spend this money, or am I spending it from my bills, or am I spending it, will I be able to make my bills at the end of the month? So you need to create a budget and stick to it. Then avoid life inflation and live below your means. So most people are going to get maybe income increase this year, and the first thing that comes to your mind is, oh, I've been planning to change my car for some years now. Okay, it's time to change it. So don't increase your lifestyle as your income increases. It's one thing that you shouldn't do. Try to, at least, if you can still maintain the same lifestyle you were before your income increase, like you can channel the increase to something else. You can channel it into investments. They can bring you cash flow. They can bring you returns. Then avoid comparison and competition. Don't compete with anybody when it comes to finances. Everybody have their own financial lifestyle. Like somebody that might be living a very extravagant lifestyle, you don't know how much that person is earning. If you want to start comparing yourself with that person, that means you'll be at the losing end. So that is one way in which you can manage and protect your money and eradicate unnecessary debt. So debts that, I keep saying bad debts that do not bring any cash flow to you, they are bad debts. So eradicate them as possible, as in eradicate them completely. Don't go into bad debts so that you can have money for yourself. Then prioritize savings and investment. This is one way in which you can manage and protect your money. Like I've done a video on how you can create a budget, how you can do the rule of 75 and 25, spend 75% of your income, put 10% into investment, you can save 15%. So you have to prioritize it. And the way in which you can prioritize this, you can do an automation to say, okay, every month or every week or bi-weekly, take certain amount from my account and put it in my savings account or in my investment account. It's going to be difficult for the first 3 months, for the first 6 months. But I want to bet you that if you're able to do for 6 months consistently, it becomes part of you. Because when you think about it, it just be like, it will look like your monthly bill, right? So if you're able to do it consistently for the first 3 months, for the first 6 months, it is going to be difficult. I'm not saying it is going to be easy. Even though if you're saving just $20, it is going to be difficult because it will look, oh, this $20 is coming from what I could have spent on myself. But if you discipline yourself to be able to say, okay, I'm doing automation to move this money straight into a savings account or an investment account, you'll be shocked after 6 months. It becomes a normal thing. It becomes a routine for you. Then protect your wealth. You can get life insurance to protect your wealth as well, right? So when you protect your wealth with life insurance, that life insurance that do not just pay death benefits. It pays you because you have invested into the life insurance as well. So you can protect yourself with a life insurance. And how do you do your personal reflection? So when you're setting your, as in when you want to manage your funds, what you do is you have a goals to say, okay, this is how I want to manage my funds. You might say, managing my funds, I want to manage my emergency fund. Have a goal and set a clear goal towards you managing that fund. I've done a video as well on how you can set goals, clear goals, and you can achieve those goals. Make it clear, make it smart. Let me use that word. Then the third principle is multiply your money. So now you know how to make money. Secondly, you now know how to manage your money and how to invest your money. The third thing is for you to multiply your money. Like, money can work for you even when you are asleep, when you're on holidays. The money keep working for you. So how do you multiply your money? Number one, you can invest in stocks. You can invest in stocks that buy stocks bit by bit on a monthly basis, on a regular basis, to multiply your money. Because the stocks you buy today, if you buy a stock today at $10 and maybe after 3 months or after 4 months it's now $12, you've made a gain of $2 already if you decide to sell that stock. But if you decide to even keep it for a longer period of time, you will discover that the stock is going to appreciate. That means the $10 you put into that stock market has appreciated. It has multiplied itself. And if you keep it in the market and you're not taking out the interest, that means you're rolling over your interest. It even multiplies more for you. So that is one way. And some people might say, oh, I don't even have enough money to buy, like stocks are so expensive. There are ETFs that you can buy. These are exchange-traded funds. Like, they are funds in which you can invest into. It contains a bucket of different companies that comes together into one bucket. And when you buy the ETFs, what happens is you have a piece of so many companies, so that even if one company is liquidated, the effect is not much. Because let's say in a bucket of ETF you have about 100 companies in that bucket of ETFs, right? And when you buy the ETF, that means you've bought a piece of that 100 companies. So even if one company liquidates from that 100 companies, you still have 99 companies that you're holding their shares. So that is why you can go into ETFs, especially for people that are really scared of investing in the market. You might say, oh, I don't want to buy just one company's share. What if the companies fold up or liquidate? What happens? That means my money is gone. And another way in which you can multiply your money is you can go into real estate. So real estate, you can decide to go into the real estate. You're buying physical building, putting them on rentals and making your cash flow from it. That's another way to make your money back, as in multiply your money. Because when you buy a real estate, what happens is when you buy a real estate, number one, the real estate appreciates in value. Number two, the people you put into this house, that's the tenants, the people renting the house from you, they pay rents. So let's assume you've borrowed from the bank. You borrow from the bank to buy a house as a real estate. Now, when you buy that house and you put it in the market and you get tenants into that house, the first thing you do is you have to consider all your expenses. Your expenses includes your mortgage, That's if you have a mortgage. Your mortgage, your property tax, your if you have a property manager, the expense they get from you, and you might just put a markup as well to say, okay, if anything spoils in the house, you'd be the one to repair it as the landlord, right? So after all this expense, you need to check, okay, what is the rent for this particular house? If you're still able to make a margin from it, that means you're good. If you're able to make a margin after all your expense, that means your rent, the tenant pays for your rent, for the rent, and the rent covers all the expense, and you still have surplus, you still have change that you can say, okay, this is what comes to me every month. In two ways, you're multiplying your money. Number one, the house is appreciating, which means if you decide to sell this house in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, it's not going to be the same value at which you bought the house. You're going to be selling it. It has appreciated, and you're getting cash flow from the rent in which you're getting from your tenants. So you can say that that is another way in which you can multiply your real estate, your money. Another way in which you can go into real estate, you might say, okay, I don't want the stress of having a house. I don't want the stress of fighting with tenants. I don't want that headache. You can decide to buy real estate stocks. There are stocks that are real estate as well, just like the ETFs. There are ETFs that are for real estate. They are called REITs, REIT, right? And what they basically do is they invest in real estate. So you can just invest in real estate. They might have like complex, maybe 10 different property management company coming together and putting their shares into that bucket, right? And when you invest in it, what happens is the same way you keep getting, your stocks will keep appreciating. And the beauty of this is most REITs, which is the real estate stocks, they pay out dividends. And that is another way, because when you invest into this company, maybe at the end of every quarter, they pay out dividends to you to say, okay, because you've invested this is what we've made as surplus for this quarter, we're going to be paying out a token to you. You're multiplying your money. It's not just sitting there, right? So this is another thing you need to consider when you want to multiply your money, and diversify your investments. Don't just put your investment in one portfolio. Don't say, okay, because they say, oh, EFT is like a bit secured, I want to put all my money in EFT. No, put your money in different portfolios. Put them in stocks, put them in REITs, put them in EFTs, put them in real estate, put them in so many places, so that your loss might be minimized in case if there's even anything, if there is a loss in the market. And don't say, okay, I want to time the market. What I mean by timing the market is, oh, I want to wait for the prices of stocks to drop before I buy. That will be one of the grievous things you can be doing to yourself, right? So at every interval, buy stocks. At every interval, buy stocks. There's something called the dollar cost averaging, because it's going to even out itself. Because there are some days that you're going to buy at a low price. There are some days that you're going to buy at a high price. But you will discover that at the end of the day, it's going to level out itself. You understand? So this is one way in which you can multiply your money. So these are the main three core principles of money. You make money, you protect and manage your money, and the next thing is for you to multiply your money. I want to tell you that if you understand those three core principles of money, you're on your way to financial freedom in 2025. Like, you're on your way to financial freedom in 2025. And the best time to start is now. I don't just want you to keep listening to the video and saying, okay, I'm procrastinating. No, start now. You might say, oh, I don't really have much to start. There are shares that can be as low as $5, $10, $15, right? Even ETFs, there are ETFs that are very low. But I want you to do your research. Do your research and understand that, okay, this thing you're investing in, it's something that is worthwhile. Don't just go to this to social media to say, okay, what ETFs can I invest? That's why I didn't mention any ETFs in the video, right? That's why I'm not recommending any ETFs to anyone. But do your research to say, okay, this is what I want to invest in. And if it means you pulling out $50 bi-weekly to say, okay, I want to put out this $50, I want to put it aside. Do you know what it means if you do $50 bi-weekly? At the end of the year, you have about $1,200 dollars at the end of the year. That's if you put out $50 bi-weekly. That's yes. So you understand that's $100 every month. You have about $1,200 at the end of the year. And I can assure you that I'm sure you are able to put out $50 every, if you want to discipline yourself and you want to say, okay, I'm ready to do this, you're able to put away $50 every month. Because we think, okay, if I want to start investing in stocks, I need this huge amounts to start. You don't need it. What you need is the discipline. Is the discipline to start. That is what you need, not the amount. Because when you're disciplined to say, okay, I'm starting with $50, as you begin to see the market improve, as you begin to maybe check your account to say, oh, my stock has already appreciated, there's this willingness for you to increase it. But the discipline to start is what most people lack, and that is what I want you to do. Discipline yourself. Start today. Make it an automation. That will be the best thing for you. Don't say I will do the transfer. No, put it as an automation. Okay, on so and so dates, you know, when you receive your pay, on so and so dates, move so and so amount into my investment account and invest it into so and so. Don't just move it into the investment account. Make sure it is invested, because that is one thing most people make again. They just move the money and they move it into an investment account, but they do not invest it. So you actually need to invest it. So when you're feeling like, I use word simple for my investment, right? And when I already put an instruction, any money I'm putting into it, invest it into so and so stocks. Into this percentage goes to this percentage goes to this. Because if you just move the money there and you do not invest it, it's just as if you're putting your money into a savings account, right? So you need to move your money into the investment account, and you also need to invest the money in the investment portfolio. And also make sure your relationship with your money is so beautiful. Like, you keep checking on your money. Like I said it in one of my videos, that when you can't tell me you have a friend and in 365 days you do not check on this friend and you say you have a friend and the person is your friend. No, right? Just like the way you treat your friend is the same way you should treat your money. So I hope you've been able to learn one or two things from this video to say, okay, these are the money mastery principles. I will make money. I must manage the money I've made, and I must make this money that I've made must multiply, must also work for me. And if you've learned one or two things, you can just leave it in the comment